I met Carl Movrich in the late 1990s at a meeting of the Window Covering Association of America. At that point, the WCAA had become mostly smaller businesses and workrooms, and the leadership was looking to bring some bigger players in. So that's how Carl and I got recruited. That's how we met. And at one of the breaks, Carl came up to me and said, "What would you think if we got a group together of similar sized businesses?" And I thought that's a great idea. But ideas are easy and execution is hard, but Carl's the man, and he pulled it off. He went home and he called the industry's leading vendors and he said who were the big players, and he found out it was a pretty exclusive group. But he put that group together, and a year or so later we met in Florida for the first meeting of the International Window Coverings Exchange. And it was a great meeting. Carl and I were speaking on the phone the other day laughing about how nobody knew each other, right? So now we're all great friends, but you know, Carl put that together. And I was excited for the second meeting, which Carl was going to host in Chicago, because I had heard all about his wholesale business and I want to learn more about that. So we're touring his facility in Chicago, and after a little while I said, "Carl, where's the sewing machines?" And he's like, "Bruce, there's no sewing machines." So I learned a valuable lesson that day about wino, workroom in name only, and we've got a very successful wholesale division. And I thank Carl for that and many other things that I learned from him. At that same WCAA meeting years ago, Carl said to me, "Do you know Steve Bursten?" And I said, "Well, I know of Steve Bursten. He's the guy in the magazines, right?" So I was grateful that Carl and Steve put the group together, and I was really happy to have met Steve and become Steve's friend. You know, Steve will tell the story that Exciting Windows was my idea, but in reality, I was the first guy to write the check. You know, when you're putting a new venture together, you need somebody to jump in, and I remember the amount of that check. I remember where I was when I wrote that check, but I was happy to be basically in Steve's orbit, and you know, happy to be a part of Exciting Windows, and glad that he was able to sell out, you know, as he approached retirement. You know, Steve was great. You know, once he found out I had a business in New York City, he found any excuse to jump on a train or a bus or hop in the car and come up to New York and meet and talk. And you know, I was always impressed with how kind he was and how gracious he was to my team members. But we enjoyed sitting over a pastrami sandwich and talking about business. And I really miss Steve. I miss all you guys and gals. You know, when Shashi and I made the decision to buy this farm and subsequently not to travel, you know, we knew we were going to miss a lot of stuff, and we've missed a lot of meetings, and we've missed weddings, and we've missed funerals, and but this meeting here, this one you guys are at, this one really hurts. You know, I really wish I was there with you. So listen, if you're ever in New York City, my farm's 2 hours away. I'm happy to drive in and buy you lunch. So I miss you guys, love you guys. God bless you all.